All right, now that we have learned how to make some of the different folds with the paper, let's talk about putting these together into your overall radial design. Now, radial design is something that has a center point and things rotate out away from that point. Also, what that means is that basically what happens here is going to happen here, what happens here is going to happen here, and so it's symmetrical on both sides. In fact, usually a radial symmetry design will be the same as you turn it around. So, going back to our folded paper, we learned how to do the hat fold, we learned how to do the kite fold, and we learned how to do the samurai fold. For your design, your paper gluing design, you need to have at least 2 colors. I have 3 here, but you need to have at least 2. You need to have at least 2 different folds. Even though I have all 3 here, you don't have to use them, but you need to use at least 2. All right, the other thing that you have to do, whatever your design may be, is that at 4 points, whether they be the corners or the folded line areas right here, you need to have it touching on 4 of those points. So either here, 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 and here, or the 4 corners. That means as your papers go out from the center, they need to touch in those areas. So the first thing we want to do is figure out what is our pattern going to be in our design. And I want you to think in terms of multiple ways to put this. For example, you wouldn't have to put this exactly like this. You could rotate it and have this paper going this way. And you'll notice that I'm lining it up on the folds. Keep in mind, if you do this, you are going to have, if we did this with all 4 papers, we would have them basically touching and taking up a majority of the center. Okay? But it does create a pretty cool effect in the middle there. All right, so that's an idea. And I want you to play around with some of these ideas before you start gluing. So maybe I'm going to do this, except maybe I want to put them on the line. And so just play around with some different ideas. You can also take your designs and you can overlap them. So if I wanted to have the samurai pink paper overlapping the blue, I could certainly do that. But then I would also need to do it on the other 4 parts as well. All right, now obviously this is a start, but I haven't met the requirements because I need to have this touch all the way going out. So I could do this and it now touches, but I also feel like, okay, is this a good negative space area, or should I add some folds here? Some paper, some folded paper. So these are all things that you want to play with as you are developing your ideas and before you start gluing down. You could do numerous papers, but I would also think in terms of time. How much time do I have that I want to spend on this to make sure I get it done on time without having to come in, okay? And again, as I'm putting this together, I do like this so far, but I will say I think it would be nice to have something here and here. I've already met the 4 corners, but maybe I'm going to fold a paper and I'm going to have it just in this corner, here, here, and here, and here, but it doesn't go all the way to the center. I could do that, right? So you've got a lot of options and a lot of ideas. I'm going to put some other examples on the screen. Okay, we got this one with quite a few different colors. Again, there is a pattern going on with the colors. We have met the requirements as far as it going out basically to the corners. And it's got some fun contrast going on. This one is very busy with patterns and folds. They have met the requirements of going out to the edge. But again, I would ask this person, do you think you could have something here? Or is this holding its own? So, get busy folding and having fun coming up with an idea for your radial design.